I mostly stay behind the scenes, but the disgraceful, horrific display that we saw in the Oval Office today has reached such a new low that I had to speak to you. And my God, I hope this has opened some eyes, finally. Donald John Trump is a traitor to our country, to the rule of law, and to the world order. He is a traitor to decency itself. And J.D. Vance is seated right there with him in Vladimir Putin's lap. And Volodymyr Zelensky, he is a hero. He is what Donald Trump will never be, a true patriot, a person who, when his country needed his leadership, stood firm and put his life on the line to defend the country and the people he loves. Compare that to Donald Trump, who came down with a cowardly case of bone spurs when his country needed him. And once in power, with real power, to stand with American allies and against a murderous war criminal, he chose the war criminal. With Zelensky sitting beside him in the Oval Office, a man who has been defending his country for 3 years since Russia's criminal invasion of Ukraine, Trump had no empathy for this man and his country. No empathy for what they had been through. He had no praise for the courage that Zelensky has shown. Who did he have empathy for? Well, of course, Vladimir Putin. And why? Because according to Trump himself, in the Oval Office today, he and Vladimir have been through a lot together. Poor Putin has had to face the mean finger pointing by the free world that he interfered in the 2020 election. This has been a real bonding crucible for Trump and Putin to be in together. By the way, that interference in the 2020 election, that's a conclusion that Republicans and Democrats reached together after an independent congressional investigation. So, oh, poor Putin. But maybe it's a good thing this happened. Trump and Vance didn't go before those cameras to lift up Ukraine and stand shoulder to shoulder with an ally. That was never what this was intended to be. They were there to put on a show for Putin to make sure he knew where they stand. Zelensky, standing for his country and his people, didn't damage a relationship. Both Trump and Vance had been against supporting Ukraine all along. For Trump, Russia's war against Ukraine was nothing but another opportunity to attempt to blackmail Zelensky. I hope the blinders fell from some people's eyes today. I hope people were sick to their stomachs when they couldn't deny any longer that Donald Trump, the President of the United States, is Vladimir Putin's ally. He sees more in it for him to align himself with Putin than with the free world and our Western allies. Americans are less safe today. America is weaker today. Our country is less respected around the world. None of that happened because the leader of a nation that was illegally invaded and had its children stolen and its citizens slaughtered, stood up for his country and his people, and refused to let Trump and Vance rewrite history. We're weaker, less safe, and less respected because Donald Trump sits in the Oval Office. Wake up every day knowing that. Wake up every day knowing that every one of us has to play a role in pushing back against the fascism, the authoritarianism, the cruelty, the increasing danger, the destroying of our prosperity, the destroying of America's potential. We all can play a role. Don't just wait until it's the next time for a congressional election. 2 years is too long to wait. There's stuff happening on the ground all the time. Special elections this year. There are groups you can support and join. You can talk to your friends and neighbors. You can share the truth. Every little action makes a difference. So wake up every day knowing that you have to be part of the solution and then decide what you're going to do. And let's all get to doing it.